Hello and welcome to another installment of Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11 with me, Metal Hunter. It's been a while since my last upload. I was having some mic issues, but I've had a few people tell me in the meantime that they were willing to deal with those issues. They were kind of wanting me to make more videos because they were interested, so I've decided to go ahead and keep doing these. Uh, I'm going to get a new microphone soon, but in the meantime, I'm just going to try and keep the volume of my voice down so you don't get any of that crackling or popping from before. So in the last episode, we managed to take our second city from Yuanshu over here in Shou Chun. And so the next order of business is going to be to develop this city and employ the officers that we took prisoner last time, because he's got a couple officers we're interested in for sure. And then we're going to prepare to mobilize to cross the river and attack the three cities down here, Jianyi, Wu, and Huiji. Huiji. Before I do that, though, I mentioned before the city specialties. I'm just going to touch on that real quick, and then I'll start the gameplay. Each city has a specialty. You can see a little icon here next to where it says Shou Chun. There's a crossbow there. And then, we can go over to Xinye, and it's got a spear. There's a specialty type for each of the four armaments that you can outfit your units with. And what that does is you get a discount when you go to make those type of armaments. I think they cost 560 gold rather than 700. And as well, every season, I believe it is, if you have the appropriate structure built for that city, then you'll also get a small amount of that armament added to your stock for free. And then there's a couple different ones here. Lujiang has a ship there, so its specialty is shipbuilding. And then, say, up here in Xiaopei, there's a ram, which is for siege engine specialty. Those ones are like the armament ones in that you get a discount on those types of armaments when you make them. But because siege engines and ships are expensive and take a long time to build, you don't get them added to your stock for free. Otherwise, that would just be crazy overpowered. And then the last type of specialty is, as you can see here in Xiapi, there's like a picture of a building. These are the major cities. These typically have more development squares. Like you can see right here, they've got a ton of development for this city. And as well, the maximum troop amount that you can have in a large city is 150,000 rather than just the regular 100,000. And that goes for gold as well. So 150,000 gold rather than 100,000. And I think the cap for food is also upped by about 50%. But the cap on a regular city for food is like 1 million or something like that. And I never even get close to half that on a regular city, let alone what the major city allows you to hold. So that's not too significant of an advantage. And the reason I'm talking about the specialties is because I was a little shocked when I saw that we actually had ships at the beginning of the game, and I thought, well, maybe this specialty is actually adding them for free. But no, I went and started over again another game and saw that Wu just happens to start with 4 ships in this scenario. So we are going to start trying to employ the officers that we got captured from Yuanshu. Specifically, I was after Ji Ling because he's just an amazing officer. So the strategists recommend Zhuge Jin. I have a feeling this is going to take a couple attempts to recruit this guy, but yeah, not able to. So we'll try again with a different officer here. Ji Ling, Lu Meng, and Lu Meng succeeds. Perfect. So, and then the other officer I was interested in getting was the, what was it? Yanshang, because he had efficacy. So Sinchuan fails, so we'll try again. I'm totally okay spending my action points doing this turn because these guys are going to make things a lot easier. Perfect. Okay, so he was able to do that there. So let's see if we've got anyone else who's worth recruiting right away here. Buja is really good. He's got, I believe, an S in weaponry. Yeah, S in weaponry as well as range for his skill. So that's perfect. So we're going to do that and see if we can get him. Perfect. And let's pick through these. Eventually, they kind of just start to escape, and then they turn free, and then they might show up at your doorstep wanting to work for you. But I don't want that to happen with those specific guys because they're really good. So who else am I interested in right away here? Liu Ye is really good too, actually. Intel 92. So Not able to. Let's try one more time here. Sundan. Perfect. Alright, so now we've got 4 new officers, so we're going to need to reward. Oh, only one of them. Or one of them actually started with 100 loyalty. That's perfect. Okay. Actually, multiple did. Okay. So that's okay for now. Now we've got drilling to do because we brought our willpower all the way down. And so the plan here is actually to raise more troops in Lujiang and then stake out across the river. I played another game parallel to this because I wasn't content to just do the videos and only play this for the videos. Like, I'm addicted to this game. So I played another game of, as Wu, and what I did was I stretched out and took Chai Sung here, and then I moved over and attacked Chang's Sha. And then from there, I kind of just forgot about this southern area here and then started to move into the northern plains or the central plains. And I ended up getting this huge front, and it was just a nightmare moving guys back and forth, or, you know, a lot of my cities were far from each other. So if I had to send guys back and forth, they were gone for like 5-6 turns at a time. So I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to just focus on south of the river, and then as well in, like, say, southern Jing here, and then and below southern Jing, I suppose, is what these 2 cities are, maybe. But and then maybe focus on, say, Xianyang and Jiangling, and then going from there rather than expanding into the northern territories. That'll give Cao Cao some time to expand. Because, I mean, I could go right after Cao Cao now. He's only got 2 cities. Same with Lu Bu. I want to give these guys a chance to expand, because if I go after them right away, I'll get a bunch of really good officers, and the game is going to get very easy. If you take out the major players early on, then it just becomes a cakewalk. So I want to kind of give the AI the opportunity to give me a little bit of challenge later. Okay, so we have Fan Neng attacking here from Jianye. I regret sending Cheng Pu out onto the river here and dealing with Fan Neng with him, because I'd rather he be in the city so that we could be using his fame skill to make our troops a lot faster. I anticipate maybe needing, I'm going to take like 40, maybe 30,000 troops across. Jianye has a sizable amount of troops, not many, but Wu and Huiji are very lightly defended, so it's not going to take too much effort down there. So once we take this city, we can kind of just use a skeleton crew to mop this up. But, okay, so let's... Oh, we don't have enough gold to develop, so we'll have to wait till next turn. I just want to make sure we have enough gold. Okay, not enough gold. We're going to have to set some prisoners free if we don't rectify that. So let's sell some of our food. And I'm going to have just enough action points to recruit and do inspections, and then pass the turn here. Alright. Oh, another unit's coming out. 10,000 strong. Interesting. This is just going to make it easier for us, because we're actually just going to, as before, as when Fan Neng marched out the first time, we're just going to meet them on the water, and we're going to make them pay, and then the city's going to be lightly defended. So let's slowly fall back while we do this. We're going to keep getting criticals. We've got an admiral in this unit, so we're just going to keep seeing that awesome altered portrait there. Not too unhappy about that. Okay, so we'll order him back to Lujiang. So we've got a decent force in Shou Chun for now. So we can reward some officers and start developing this really quickly here. So we'll start with the mint and drill up some troops. I do want to leave a decent defense force here. Shou Chun's kind of... I guess it's not exposed, really. I think this part here is fairly easily defensible, and you can put a couple towers over here to help out. And then as well, if someone comes up from Xiaopei, then, I mean, there's another little bridge area that can be defended. And if enemies try and come up through Jiangduo, then it's really easy to defend. They take forever to get through this swampy territory. Half the time, by the time their unit even reaches your city, they've only got like a third of their food supply left. So you just have to wait them out. Alright, so let's recruit a bit more. And I've exhausted my points again. I am going to have to send another unit out. Oh, Yan Baihu's army was wiped out. So it looks like Wang Lang has taken that other city. Yeah, I'm going to have to send another unit out here because I don't think I'm going to have enough willpower to get these guys both defeated. Alright. Yeah, action points are a little slim right now because I'm going to be developing a city as well as trying to recruit in this city here, so... Let's quickly build a market. I can probably wait. Maybe I'll just march it now. I'm not too worried about drilling this one. Let's see. So we can send Ding Feng. He's got an S. And then we'll send him with an Admiral. Let's send him with Sun Yi. And Sun Shao, just because he's got propulsion. Why not? And we're just going to send them out with swords. They don't need anything more than that. We'll send them out for, say, give enough food for 13 turns, because we're running a little short on food. Okay, I'm not going to waste anything on drilling here. Perfect. Okay, so we'll bank our action points. So Zhang Shu was given Lieutenant Governor. I think our next rank comes at 4 cities. So we should be getting that hopefully fairly quickly. Alright, let's finish off this unit. And then send Ding Feng out to deal with Liu Yang. Maybe we'll take one more shot at him from there. Okay, so let's quickly develop some markets so we can kind of just move on from this and let the city become somewhat self-sustainable. 30 days is probably okay, that's fine. Okay. Again, having so many officers at the beginning of the game is really helpful, and we've got some really good political generals as well, so we're able to develop our cities fairly quickly. We'll take one more shot at him and then go back. Alright. Actually, I won't worry about drilling for now. Let's just develop one more market. And then start recruiting troops again. I'm going to want some bows. And we've got a Juggernaut, which is good. As well, one thing I learned from my last playthrough as well, cavalry is going to be something that I'm going to want to do, even though I don't have many good cavalry generals, and the terrain down here isn't exactly conducive to cavalry. I'm going to try and make an effort to use cavalry when I can, because it'll force a lot more duels, as well as kill officers off. So I want to be showing the duels, and I also do want to see some officers die, and it doesn't happen often without cavalry. You've really got to hit them with a lot of fire attacks and stuff like that. So let's pass the turn here again. I think I'm going to actually have to clash with Liu Yang using Ding Feng just to... Okay, so we've got 6,000 heading for Shou Chun from Chen Yu. What is that, Liu Dai? Yeah, Liu Dai. So Bao Xin. Assistance, he's running pikes. Okay, this isn't going to be too bad. This guy, not a great general. So we're going to make quick work of him, and he can't really send a follow-up. He's only got 13,000 troops left, so... Alright, so we're going to use Ding Feng to clash and push this ship back, buying us a little bit of time. So that was the generic officer portrait there, and I get tired of seeing it, so that's why I've modded this to use different portraits. Alright, I can't resist. One more time. don't have a whole lot of food. And our gold is getting a little low too. So what we're going to do, we're going to move a general to Wanko. Let's just do Sun Hao. So we'll do that, and when he gets there, we're going to have him move the 4,833 gold. Because we own the associated city, this thing is just generating gold on its own. These ports are kind of like mini gold mines, if you will, as long as you empty them out before they hit the 10,000 mark. So this is just going to be like another free 5,000 gold. So that'll allow us to buy some food coming up. So this is coming along nicely here, so let's develop another market. Yeah, I guess that's a good spot for it. I'm not too worried about building a smith or even maybe barracks for Shou Chun because it's so close to Lujiang, and we've got barracks down here as well. I'll just use the extra development space for more markets. Alright, let's see if we need to... Nope, no rewarding anyone. And yeah, the gold here is slowly ticking up. Alright, let's just bank our action points for the turn here. So Wang Lang was given a title because he conquered Yan Baihu down here. Alright, so let's clash again. We want to keep him away from the port. Failed the clash. Okay, not a big deal. So now we can transport here. I don't think the food matters because he's going to make it in one move, so let's just take pretty much all that gold and run him in there. We're going to have him back to Wanko because Sun Hao's not very good, so he's just going to be kind of our lackey and going to sit on Wanko for us the whole time. And as soon as Chengpu gets to the city, we'll be able to recruit a lot faster. Alright, let's get... more markets, more markets, more markets. Not enough gold again. Well, I'm gold sufficient at least, so I won't have to release any of the prisoners. Let's see if we can find someone else to recruit here. Yang Hong's actually pretty good, so we'll try that. Perfect. Let's see if he needs to be rewarded. He does not. Okay. Alright, we might actually get a duel here. Honorable Sun Jun, Handong has something to discuss. Alright, let's see what it is. Alright, I think he's going to find a... Yeah, so Zhu Huan, he's found the famed hero Zhu Huan. We're actually going to get an opportunity here. He's not going to want to join us, just like with the debate, but because he's a military officer, it's going to come down to a duel. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not so great at duels, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so we're going to seek him out. All right, so I should be able to find him around here somewhere. Zhu Huan's actually pretty good. I think he's a spear general or a pike general, so we definitely want to be recruiting him. Okay. I hope the game doesn't crash. Sometimes with these particular scenes where you're going to duels or debates, the game is very unstable. So we will watch. Alright, so here we are for the duel. You'll notice that it's actually Guo Ma instead of Zhu Huan. What happened was when I was actually saying that the game is unstable, it in fact did crash. Because I hadn't saved it, I had to go back and replay everything. Luckily I had footage to go on, so I knew what my exact moves were. And the game is kind of quirky in that almost the exact same things happen during those turns. It's almost like the random number generator generates X amount of numbers in advance. And so it just, the same things happen. Except this time, for some reason, no matter what I tried, he wouldn't try and find Zhu Huan. It was just Guo Ma. So we're just going to go with it for now. And I tried to play everything as close as I could. What happened was I think it was Bao Xin, the guy who marched on our city, he actually marched out a turn earlier. And there's maybe about a 500 troop difference on the river. So hopefully from here on out, there's no more problems. So here we've got the duel. We've got Handang versus Guoma here. It tells our war abilities. The number in the middle here is the bout that they're on. I think the duel goes to 50 bouts or 50 attacks, and then it's over. So then, again, like I said, I'm terrible at these, so I might not do so well here. But so you've got different things that you can do. You can go to attack, or you can focus on defense, build up your spirit, which is this empty bar here with these two little circles, or you can just go fury, which is a powerful attack with low probability of success. I think you use this if your war ability is way higher than the other guy. In addition, if there's multiple people in a unit when a duel happens, you can actually switch your guys out in between. And so what's going to happen is I'm just going to choose attack because my war is a little bit higher than Guoma. So I'm going to go ahead and try and attack and fill my bar and just hit him with a mortal blow. I think that should be okay because I'm slightly better. So we'll just hit confirm, and it kind of plays out in real time. You can interrupt it when you get your special meter filled. A button will show up in the bottom corner here, and or you can switch your option during the battle. But here's hoping I don't lose my first duel on camera. So we'll confirm and just go with attack. So we slash back and forth here. Okay, we're actually hitting him pretty hard. He's just got one little bubble there. So he's used his spirit bar. I think he might have added to defense. We're still just attacking like crazy here. He's catching up a bit. So he's going to hit us with a mortal blow. And now we can use our special. And we're going to actually hit him with... Once you fill up the bar, you get numerous options here. So if you have one little balloon filled, you can do a mortal blow. With two balloons filled, you can do strike vitals. And if you have both of these filled and then fill the bar again for a third time, you can use your Muso. If you have a throwing knife or a bow equipped, these will be available. Throwing knife allows you to do a little amount of damage, and feign retreat, you kind of make it look like you're retreating and then shoot him with a bow. Or you can do these here, like you can shout to increase your attack power, which I believe is what he did with his first little bubble. Or you can use your iron defense to put your defense up, or you can actually just retreat. So we're just going to go with mortal blow. It'll take up that last little sliver, and then we're going to win this duel. There we go. It was close though. Very close. Alright, so Guoma is going to join us instead of Zhu Huan, who I would have much preferred, but that's just the way we're going to have to do it for now. So I'm going to end the video here because it's been about 20-25 minutes. And again, my apologies for the way that things played out here. So we've got Baoshin one turn closer than he normally would have been. And the troop movement down here was a little bit different, but we're, I think, within about 500 troops of where we were before. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this so that that doesn't happen again. And we'll pick it up in the next video. Thanks.